Hi, I'm Photofilms.
I'm FX Total Fire.
I'm Biofact.
And I'm Bionicle Titan.
And today we are reviewing a MOC named Exzalion the Dark Lightning.
Scary.
Spooky, scary. Yeah, spooky, scary lightning. The words.
Alright, so first thing I noticed about this MOC is lightning.
Lots and lots of lightning.
Yes, there is lots and lots. Second thing I noticed is the nice royal dark blue and gold color.
Pure genius.
Yes, that's always one of my favorite color schemes. Works with anything.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
I also like the head design. Don't know really what they went for, but it's cool in general.
Yeah, like the face. It's Nakama's mask.
Yeah.
Nakama Mordika, but with the actual Nuva shoulder pad as the front plate.
Yeah.
Which conveys a really weird kind of face look, but whatever. It could be like a plated face.
Yeah, I've actually used the Nuva shoulder as a face for some of my own MOCs. I don't really have an example picture, but...
Yes, if you really know how to use them, those Hordika heads can be very useful.
Dude,
for many things.
Yeah, Karzani used them as kneecaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always a common use of them now.
Mm-hmm.
Kneecaps,
Thanks to the Karzani set.
Thank you, Karzani.
I also like the chest plate.
Yeah.
And those angled Ignika side chest slanted pieces.
Yeah, it's you got. Yeah, you have the golden shield from 2010, whatever, like Tahu's golden shield, and then there's like another golden Lego piece on top that has the little red disc on top too to make it like a heart light.
Yeah,
I think it's a Chima axe blade or something.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I have it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice general chest plate with like the blue kind of staying on the top of the MOC, and then slowly as it goes down, it kind of it's black, and then gold, and then more gold, and then at the very bottom, it's blue. So it follows kind of a very, very consistent color scheme of having the gold in the kind of inner part of the MOC, but the dark blue on the kind of outskirts of the MOC.
Yes.
I
also like the leg cape. Yes.
Pure elegant, like honestly.
Mm-hmm.
That's Vazon, and yeah, it's Vazon's, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think so. It could be Karzani's, because I think they use the same one. Not sure.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I don't have the Karzani set, so.
Yeah, I don't have either one, so.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
I just love how the MOC, it not just because of its size, but just how it's in this sort of just natural stance that looks like I'm better than you. And it looks like it pulls over someone or something.
Not to mention using the Dragon Bolt lightning pieces.
Yes.
It kind of slightly conveys kind of a like sparky effect, which I feel like complements how he looks. Because on his hand he also has a little lightning thing, so kind of conveys he has a lot of power. Like for instance, in the new 2015 animations, Toev kind of like power. Like I don't know. There's
I don't know either. Yeah,
like they have like power blob all over them.
Yeah,
it kind of conveys that, meaning this is his max level.
Something that's kind of I don't like. I'm kind of a little bit OCD about this. Is that on his right hand, he's got the little lightning from like Garmadon's lightning bolt and stuff, and that's fine. But his fingers, he actually has like little claws on his fingers, and there's not any little claws on his left hand, whatever. Like,
I don't think he has the lightning either. It could be just like it's a gauntlet with electricity on it.
Yeah, like that's his dominant hand.
Yeah,
and that's his preferred weapon.
Like the Infinity Gauntlet. Like
I mean, okay, if it's a lightning gauntlet, I understand. I'm okay with the lightning on it. But for my personal opinion, if you're gonna do something like that with like the golden finger piece, whatever, that are sticking out, I think it should be on both hands. To be honest.
Yeah, I kind of agree. He could have just been short on parts, so he couldn't do it.
That's also a possibility.
Because I also noticed the lightning pieces. Dragon Bolt and Voltix each include 4, And typically they only include 2 of those smaller lightning bolt pieces in a single set, at least in the case of Darth Sidious or the Emperor, or whatever you want to call him. So it could be that she just only had 1 of each set. So
I actually have about 4 or maybe a few more of those smaller lightning pieces, so they're not that hard to find. However, those golden claw pieces, I don't have too many of.
yeah, me neither.
And they don't come in many sets.
Because I think Voltix had 4 of the larger lightning. Speed Demon came with 2. And then later on, Dragon Bolt came with some. I don't know if any other sets came with them.
I don't think so.
It's cool, though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Anyways, on to the actual full MOC rather than just the gauntlet. I really like the torso, how it's very custom and sturdy. I really like that.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting how there's a blue Matoran Warlock foot on the torso, the lower part. There's a rubber band like right there holding it together, but inside the socket of it, there's a ball joint too, which is kind of weird. It's just like a little placeholder to fill up the joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a black pin in there too.
There is.
Black pin through the whole thing.
Yeah, typically I don't like MOCs that use rubber bands. I try to stay away from them myself, but
I think it breaks it up.
I don't know what its purpose is here. Maybe the side pieces of those claw side pieces around its waist, holding it there. I don't know, but I'm gonna let this one slide because it's very vague. Like I didn't notice it at first.
It's a black rubber band, so it works better with it. If it had been like a white rubber band, it would have stood out more and it would have been easier for you to see. I just don't like rubber bands. It's like you're trying to build with this. If it doesn't hold together on its own, it probably shouldn't be holding together with a rubber band.
No, I understand how it's like completely built. Like there's pins and axles through it, but it's just wobbly. So you need to have a rubber band in there. That's fine.
Yeah, I have a MOC. It has the Rakshi pieces, and I couldn't figure anything out. So I just rubber banded the Rakshi back piece to a Mata sword arm, because there was really no other way otherwise, because I had the back part with the axle or pin openings stuck on the ball joint, but that was extremely floppy, so I just had to use the rubber band, so that could be the case here, like you said.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, also I like how they use the stars, like the kind of Tahu stars, chest plate, whatever, over the MOC. I think it makes any MOC look kind of looks royal with the royal blue and the gold, but it helps the MOC kind of look not too crazy, but somewhat coherent, because the Hue Factory plate, it kind of has some holes in it, so I guess like the Stars chest plate kind of adds the holes and doesn't make it look too crazy or out of place.
Yeah.
I don't see those in MOCs too often, because 2010 is probably the year you don't see many pieces from that getting put in MOCs, because there really weren't very many pieces. There were a few weapons and things, and then obviously those little armor pieces.
And the masks.
And the masks. The masks were... Well, one of them was just a recolor, and then one of them had already been released, and it wasn't really anything special. I mean, I got both the Skrull sets, and they were the exact same mask, whatever, except for some reason the Skrull was green and black instead of red and black that year.
Well, I think it had been in story that all the Skrull had a different secondary color to differentiate them, even if they didn't have names.
Could be it, but again.
Although it could have been the other way around, that the different color thing was meant to be an explanation for why the set was a different color. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, I like how the Hero Factory armor plates, they have stickers. I don't think those stickers were meant for those armor pieces. I don't know
what those stickers are from.
Yeah.
They work well, though.
Yeah,
they do.
I tried doing that one of my MOCs, adding stickers, but they really don't work. I'm surprised they actually look like they're holding on pretty good. Mm-hmm. But from my personal experience, getting them to hold on is like honestly the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
I don't really. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. If you look at the next to last picture where it's another one of the close-ups on the upper half of him, and his right arm is sticking out, you can see that there is a hand connector connected to a ball joint right there. So if you move that arm, that ball joint's going to stay there. But if you push it up anymore and that hand goes up and you move the arm down, you're going to have to push that hand down with it. And it's kind of a weird thing. I mean, I understand that he used it to cover it up more, but it's kind of an odd placement thing. If you're going to put a piece of armor on there, it should have to be moved every time you move the arm to make sure it covers it up right.
Well, a lot of the 2015 sets have it like that too, like with Kopaka's pads and Gollies and Tahoos. Although Gollies and Tahoos are actually attached to the function, so it doesn't matter as much. But, just to make it look right.
Do.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start rating this mock. First look or overall appearance, I'm gonna give it a 5. It just looks like every little piece fits in, and it just looks like a single being. It just doesn't look like a collection of pieces. It looks like a physical being, and its overall stance, how it looks like a ruler or an overlord. It's just amazing. I love it.
Are we doing a overall rating from 1 to 10 again, as we have in the past?
We've been doing 10?
Yes, we've been doing an overall 1 to 10
I thought
rating.
we were doing 5.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm
gonna
best,
give it a 10.
Worst.
Yeah, it's a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being worst, 10 being best.
Yeah.
And I'm giving this a 10. Sorry.
IGN 10 out of 10. It's okay.
Yeah. My opinion, he looks like an 8.5 to 7 because he doesn't really have like a kind of crown-ish thing. Because if he's supposed to be a ruler, I feel like he should have a crown or something to establish that he's king of insert island or whatever here. And he also doesn't have that big of a weapon, like just a little claw. And unless that claw has gravity manipulation, I don't think he'd do that much in like an actual fight. Like if he, yeah.
Well, he's not a Toa either. And actually no, he is a Toad. Sorry, he is a Toad. But it does so. If considering him as a ruler is a kind of cool standpoint, because he does have that look to him. But it's not. I don't think it's exactly fair to count off for not having a crown on there.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever. The Mockist does what the Mockist wants, but if he was to be a ruler, he should have more gold. And also, I feel like he should have a tiny bit more of dark blue, because dark blue is kind of on the background of the mock, and I feel like since his face, his like upper half of him is dark blue, I feel like he should have some dark blue. And the arms, just because there's not that much dark blue on the mock. But the stickers, great idea. Rubber band, I don't know how durable that is and what exactly it's holding on to. Because it looks like it's holding on to the star chest plate and the two Liwa neck kind of pieces from 2015. But overall, 8.5 to 7 around there. So I'll just do 8.5.
One thing I want to add that you said about the crown, Sidorak didn't have a crown. So a ruler in the Barnacle sense doesn't need one.
True. But Akimu, he has a crown.
Well, that's just how his mask looks.
Yeah, whatever.
Really quick before I go on to my rating, on that picture you mentioned about the socket connector piece, about you have to keep moving that. I noticed that the lower arm connects to the upper arm. It's a very loose connection. It's just one of the Turaga hand pieces attached to a ball joint, and I could easily see that falling off. You can just pull it the wrong way, and it just pops right off. So that could be an issue. But for my rating, I'd go with 8. It's a good-looking mock. He doesn't have a weapon, so that's kind of unfortunate. I guess you could say electricity is his weapon.
The gauntlet kind of thing could be considered as well on the right hand.
Yeah, like he channels the electricity through that.
Yeah.
but we don't really know for sure because he didn't give enough information. Stickers seem like a good idea, but again, on the arm, in one of the farther up pictures, you can see that there's one on his forearm, and it's not hanging on too well, because you can see that how it doesn't fit on the armor plate, like some edges are hanging off. Also, those electricity pieces, they kind of look like they would restrict his articulation in his head, like it would keep knocking into each other, and that would be extremely irritating. But
yeah, I could see that.
Overall, yeah, this guy looks pretty cool.
Okay, so I would probably give this around a 9 due to just a few factors that kind of bother me. The hand thing, I would like the hands to be balanced. The lightning, I'm okay with it being on one hand because it can be considered as a gauntlet. And just the rubber band kind of bothers me. It doesn't look like it needs to be added for stability, but it might be. Even so, I think you could figure out a way to work around that with just enough work. And just the lightning on top. The lightning looks cool, yes, but I think the color is kind of a weird color for this MOC. Yellow, it's just this weird light blue and green and yellow mix. It's just kind of weird to work with the dark blue and a gold. But overall,
there aren't that many lightning pieces.
There aren't, and you could all. Yeah. I think the ones from the Protector of Stone, honestly, those would have been a better fit for this. If he had those, they're nice and they're a solid bright green. And even though they're a solid bright green, they would still work a little bit better, I think, for that. But again, this MOC was posted in November of last year before the sets were released, so I can understand as why that would not have been considered an option. So overall, a 9 out of 10.
Also, something I forgot to mention: his lightning pieces, they kind of are not the same. Like, they don't look kind of similar. So that's another kind of con. The lightning pieces don't look similar enough because, you know, one's purplish, light blue, and the other is green, yellow, and blue. So, something I forgot to add, though.
Piggybacking off of what you said, Titan, speaking of those particular pieces, I believe Surge in 2013 for Brain Attack, his weapon had that same mold, and I think that color would have worked because despite having green in it just a little bit, it did have yellow and it did have blue, so it would have worked a little bit better with the color scheme, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be just the attachment points that prevented him from using that particular piece.
Or he didn't have it, you never know.
Yeah.
Mocker's problem. They don't have enough pieces.
Yeah, I sometimes get comments on the message boards when I would post a MOC, and people say, use this piece, and I say, I don't have that piece, because I have a relatively small Bionicle collection.
Small collections are a problem sometimes, but at this MOC, it does look like he has a good enough collection to where a small collection actually wouldn't be an issue. You never know. Some people build one giant MOC, and it's like their entire collection right there.
Yeah.
They've only bought like 3 sets that are the exact same color. And a few other pieces.
Yeah.
Well, I think overall this is an 8.8. And this MOC overall is just really good.
It is.
All right, I think that wraps it up for us. If y'all have any suggestions for what we should do next,